What is up, good people? It's Redefined to the TV. And so we made a post earlier today, and I just feel like we should probably talk about that. We're gonna talk about keep it private until you know it's permanent. And kind of what we did when we were dating, people were asking about it. We touched on something similar before, but I want to go more in depth about how we didn't change our Facebook status. Nobody knew our business.
Nope.
When we were dating, the only people who really knew was our family, our pastors, and our counselors. And there's a reason why we did that.
Most of you all know, I know I've mentioned in other webisodes that I had a really bad church breakup. You know, there is nothing more messy than a church breakup at a small church. You know, you want mess? Break up at church in a small church.
Both of y'all be in the same choir, y'all no longer talking.
You know, y'all in the same ministry.
Y'all in like on the same pew.
Same pew.
And sometimes you'll be tempted to actually leave the church.
You will. Like, you'll want to just be like, I just want to like dismiss myself. Seriously, I just want to like, you know what, I find this a whole bunch of churches.
Yeah.
Surely I can find one. But at that time, I really loved my church. I really loved my pastor. I wasn't trying to leave, but just the amount of drama and mess that goes on with that type of thing sometimes, it just makes you sometimes like, you know what, just I can find somewhere else to go to praise the Lord. But we have to understand that just because we're hurt doesn't mean that we have to relocate. I know that if I would have relocated, I would not have met my amazing husband sitting next to me. So I think it's really important that, it hurts. Church breakups suck. And when everybody's in your business or you have a public relationship and then you have a public breakup, it can be really messy. And that's why we're saying, you know what? You may want to keep it private. But just because it hurts doesn't mean you need to move. Sometimes you just need to stand still, allow God to heal you, allow God to do some things in your heart. Because I know in that season, I really got a lot closer to God. Like, he showed me some things about myself or showed me where my focus should be. And once I got my focus back, then I was able to be collided with my purpose.
Yeah, so I think two things that we learned from this is, number one, God exercises vengeance many times by turning your pain place into a praise place. Yeah. The very place that my wife was hurting, the very place that she had to experience pain, the enemy wanted to use her pain to make her run. This is a word because a lot of us, when we're uncomfortable, when we don't like something, when it gets difficult, we run. But could it be that is the very place that God is going to use what you're going through right now? Right. As a testimony later. Y'all heard the colloquialism before. You don't have a testimony until you've been tested. Right. This mess is gonna turn into a message. That literally happened for us.
What you tripped over, you gonna jump over, something like that. I don't know. One of those.
So I want us to understand this really clearly. If we're looking for people's acceptance, if we want people's endorsement, if you want to portray that you're in a place that you're not, you'll post everything. You'll share everything. A lot of people are struggling with depression and stress, but you couldn't tell based on what they post. Right. And so what we have to do is be so secure behind the written display, behind the ing. Right. So just because he gave you flowers don't mean post it. Just because she cooked you lunch doesn't mean post it. Like, I need to know if heaven has approved this relationship. Exactly. Because until I know if this is God's will, I'm not posting it. We didn't tell nobody, y'all. It seemed like we just popped up married.
I mean, it was a select.
They were like family.
It was, and very, 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 very close friends at the time. I didn't want, because of what I went through before, I was like, I ain't telling nobody nothing. Like, people don't even know I was dating. And then I popped up engaged. So, I literally came to church with an engagement ring on. And people were like,
where did
congratulations, you know, like. So, and I even had to like, well, who is he? Like, where'd you meet him? Because I was super active at my church. And so people expected to know my business. But when you've made the decision, like, you know what? I'm going to do this the right way, in God's way, and nobody needs to know about it but me and God or whoever's involved. Nobody can come in and mess things up, you know, and if it doesn't work out, then you know what? It was just between you and that person, and everybody ain't got to know your business, you know?
Be friends, get approved, get counsel, then post. All right, so we viewed it like this. We're laying concrete. We're laying concrete. Right. And the reason we don't want everybody to walk on it is because they'll leave their imprints on our particular relationship that we're trying to build. Right. We're going to show you the relationship once the concrete is solid. Exactly. Once it has been built. Right. Once we know God is on this. Once we got our confirmation.
Had a chance to dry.
Once it had a chance to dry, then we told people about it. So one person said, what about your friends? They didn't feel some type of way, or like, you know, you were rushing it. If they didn't know, we weren't that close. That's just the truth. We weren't that close.
We weren't that close. I had close friends that I told about, like when I got engaged. But see, if they were your real friends, they were happy for me.
Yeah.
Most of my real friends were very happy for me. Yeah. So
everybody can't handle what God is about to do in your life.
Right.
Some people can handle your blessings only to a certain level.
Yeah.
And so we would encourage, until you know it's God, keep it hush. This don't mean we sneaking and sinning.
No.
This just
means accountability for
right.
sure.
This just means we're waiting for God's endorsement.
Exactly.
Before we get y'all acknowledged.
That green light.
Redefined TV.
Where we're redefining relationships righteously.